Now it looks like James Harden is doing the same thing, by the way, because they don't know when he's going to come back.
Oh, and they said, and wait, and they don't want to piss him off, so they said, oh, he's got excused.
No, not anymore. No,
not anymore.
What they said yesterday was he has a reason. He'll explain, I guess, that reason. I suppose he'll explain that reason when he comes back. So no, he doesn't have an excused absence anymore, which I feel very terrible for this guy, for the new coach, Silas. You know, it's his. He gets a head coaching gig. This is his first gig, and he walks into this. That's kind of that sucks for him.
That's like David Blatt when he took over, and then LeBron left. Who was it?
No, it was Byron Scott. It was Byron
Scott. Right.
Yep.
As soon as he took the job, LeBron left.
Yeah, David Blatt had the opposite. He took the job, and then LeBron came, and then LeBron kicked him out.
Oh, LeBron hated his guts. No, the thing that sucks about this for Steven Silas is, and for John Wall, quite frankly, John Wall sitting here, he's like, yeah, he's gonna play, where he's very clearly like on purpose, not there, not playing. And I gotta tell you, Jimmy Butler was back at practice yesterday. I think James Harden ruined Jimmy Butler's vacation. I think Jimmy Butler. This is just me. Like, I have no sources here. Okay, this is complete Tobin speculation. All right? I just want that out there. I was theorizing that Jimmy Butler was not going to be back for a while. All right? I thought that they were going to say, Jimmy, go do your world travel. All right? Come back after the Pelicans preseason game. All right? Then we'll start cranking it up. But you do you.
All right.
I think this damn James Harden ruined it, because then everyone would have been asking the Heat, hey, bro, what's up with Jimmy Butler? Where's he at? And instead, now he's got to come back and run drills with Gabe Vincent. You know, I think Jimmy Butler was going to have himself a little mini world tour and get to recharge the batteries a little bit, because, you know, the poor guy had like no break. And so now instead, because this James Harden, he got caught on the IG at a strip club. Now Jimmy has to come back. You know, Riley has to make the call. Hey, Jimmy, look, man, people are going to be asking about this, comparing this to Harden. You know, Tillman Fertitta's already calling Mickey Harrison, crying like a baby. Where's Jimmy Butler? Why isn't he there? You know, I need you to come back. Jimmy's probably got some. He's probably in a hammock at the time, and so then he has to show up to practice. So thanks a lot, James Harden. You ruined Jimmy Butler's vacation. That's my theory, anyway. Complete speculation. Complete speculation.
Like, you think? It just fits right in to everything else.
What? What do you mean?
All your other thoughts.
No. I have a lot of sound thoughts. What are you talking about?
Complete speculation. That should be your new Twitter handle.
I just found it interesting. Jimmy Butler.
Yep. Complete speculation.
Jimmy Butler, first day, excused absence, and then all of a sudden, after the whole James Harden thing comes back, now Jimmy Butler showed up, and he's like, all right, whatever. Fine. I'm going to go yell at Precious Achua. You call that heat culture, Precious? Now, some interesting things happening around James Harden, Leroy. All right, he's not showing up to camp. He's being a real rat fink about that. And they got a new coach. He doesn't know what to say. He's like, yeah, James has his reasons. What those reasons are, I suppose he'll tell you. And we know what those reasons are. I just want to make the stink of things, and I'm going to show up to a strip club for Lil Baby's birthday party, give him gifts, and show up on Instagram at said strip club instead of being with my team playing basketball, with John Wall, who I kind of forced here because I said I didn't want to play with Russell Westbrook anymore, while Russell Westbrook, meanwhile, is showing up 2 hours early to his practice in Washington. And I saw this report from Sports Illustrated that said James Harden says the Rockets' culture is toxic, calls them, quote, the Knicks of the South. Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. First of all, it's a ridiculous statement, all right? The Knicks haven't been in the conference finals in a good 20 years, all right? So let's put that aside. Second of all of the controversy is surrounding you. Like, everything that's been a problem with the Rockets and why you, quote, call them the Knicks of the South, basketball-wise, has been Chris Paul and you couldn't play together for more than a year. Russell Westbrook, who you forced there, you made Houston give up assets to go get, didn't want to play with you for more than a year. And now, with this whole situation, you got John Wall there on maybe one leg. We don't know. And you're forcing your way out over to Brooklyn. The reason they're the Knicks of the South right now, any controversy, is surrounding the face of the franchise. Now, maybe that's a pot shot at old Tillman Fertitta, saying that he's Western Conference James Dolan. I don't know. But as far as the basketball problems are concerned, it's all surrounded James Harden. That's crazy to me. But you had this Zach Lowe, Leroy, all right? Low Post, ESPN basketball insider. He said on his podcast, flippantly, but said it, that, what teams could be out there for James Harden? A lot of teams are obviously circling Brooklyn. They think he's trying to strong-arm his way to the Nets. But there's some there's some back and forth there, Leroy, because a lot of people think Tillman Fertitta, poker player, he's not going to allow James Harden to get what he wants. Stick it to him. Much like the Spurs did with Kawhi Leonard. Oh, you want to go to LA teams?
And all he did was go and win a championship. So
He did, but they didn't send him where he wanted to. All right? And so a lot of people thinking, not going to send him where he wants. Philadelphia, all right, we can see Philadelphia. However, they have a little bit of a burned bridge there because I don't know if you noticed with Daryl Morey. Daryl Morey got out of that Houston job. He was like, he gave the old, I'm going to go spend time with my family, only to take the Sixers job a week later. So, burned bridges.
That's what they all do.
Yeah, but burned bridges as far as if a trade is going to go down. Yeah, I don't think that.
Here, Team Petty.
Yep.
Let me chime in here.
Go ahead.
Okay? Personal feelings are personal feelings, but business is business. Mm-hmm. I don't care what your feelings are about your former team, about the guy you're working with, or whatever. If you can get a good deal, you get a good deal. End of story.
Okay, it's an adorable thing that you're saying. In a perfect world, maybe. But I don't think so. Because Team Petty's Team Petty. And so there's a lot of petty feelings that build up here. And mind you, remember the Heat and the Cavs, they didn't have a trade up until Dwyane Wade was traded here. Team Petty, they didn't do business.
All right.
Just wasn't done, Leroy.
Okay.
We know with Mark Cuban. Remember Mark Cuban last year? Just to be a rat bastard, screwed up the Goran Dragic trade. Now, ended up being a blessing in disguise for the Heat. But he goes, Goran Dragic? I thought you said Kelly Olynyk and Derek Jones Jr. My bad. Oh, well, sorry, can't do it. So people do petty things all the time in the NBA. So the Zach Lowe, he goes, what other teams could be out there? And so he goes, the Miami Heat with James Harden. They would not include Bam Adebayo. But for Tyler Hero, they'd have a meeting. Now, here's the thing. All right? I want my stance to be clear on this, Leroy. I do not want James Harden on this basketball team. Now, it's not for a lot of the reasons. I've seen these reasons all around. He's not Heat culture. All right, too many strip clubs down here in Miami. We know James Harden loves the strip clubs. That's not it at all, okay? I'm not going to let James Harden, a player beloved by the nerds like Daryl Morey, highfalutin. I'm not going to allow this guy. He's a great scorer, one of the greatest scorers of all time. But I'm not going to allow him to waltz in here, all right, and win a ring off the Heat's back and allow anybody to vault his legacy in front of Dwyane Wade. I'm not going to allow it. I won't allow it. I won't allow the Heat to be part of that. Find another way. Plenty of orcas in the sea, Leroy. I don't want this orca in particular because you already got the nerds out there who want to say, this guy's a better player than Dwyane Wade was. Now, listen, Dwyane Wade, he may say, hey, Tobin, shut the hell up. Slap you upside the head. That's okay. That's because he likes to put a good public face on things. But really, when the cameras are off, silent fist bump. That's how it would roll down. Because he knows that the nerds, if you somehow got James Harden a ring, everybody be like, see, told you, better than Dwyane Wade. I'm I'm not doing that, Leroy. I'm not heat culturing, giving this guy a souped-up legacy. Can't do it. Can't do it. Not for Baby Goat. Not for Duncan Robinson. Not for KZ Okpala. I don't want to do it. Sorry. And my stance on this, Leroy, is firm.
Yeah?
Firm.
All right.
All right?
Now, are you familiar with Pat Riley's work?
Of course. He's a shark.
And if Pat Riley could get...
I'm telling him not to do it.
No. That's not what I asked you. I said, if Pat Riley saw that he could get James Harden and pulled the trigger, then what would you say? Because you already done backed yourself into a corner.
I haven't backed myself into a corner.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Pat, be careful what you wish for.
That's not what my question was.
What do you mean? What is your question?
If you think that Pat Riley feels the same way, or if he has a chance to get James Harden, he goes and gets James Harden.
I think there are questions.
That's not... You still haven't answered the question.
What is the question again?
I'm going to say this one more time. You know Pat Riley. Pat Riley is all about the orcas.
The Godfather?
Yes. If he could get James Harden and he pulls the trigger, then what are you going to say?
Look.
Answer the question!
What am I going to say to Pat Riley if he goes and trades for James Harden?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell him, Pat, I didn't like that move.
Really? Wait, we do this every year.
Wait.
Didn't we almost dodge a bullet with Jimmy Butler?
No. I said may have.
Robbie.
And when James Harden comes down here and inevitably wins a championship with the Miami Heat, and Pat Riley is like, see, Tobin, I told you I had the right move. I'm going to tell Pat, there's always going to be that asterisk.
Wait.
Boxed in.
Let me ask you a question. So you've already said, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong. If James Harden came here, the Heat would win a championship.
Yep. Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, he is one of the most notorious postseason choke artists of all time.
Yeah, but you have people around him. He wouldn't have to carry the team.
Well, he's had people around him before too. Now,
not like him.
I mean, well, at one point he did have Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook around him, and he was a no-show in that finals.
He was the sixth man.
He was still a good player.
He wasn't there. No, okay. He had Chris Paul, and Chris Paul got hurt.
Chris Bosh has said on the record the guy we wanted to stop that series was James Harden.
Okay.
He said that. He said that. But it's okay. I'm not gonna fault young James Harden. All right, he was a kid. He's a kid. All right. Nobody.
James Harden is getting lap dances and eating chicken wings. So, how is he gonna get in shape?
You might want to call that UNLV quarterback.
When they take his body fat test here at the Miami Heat,
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you eating sushi at a strip club, yeah.
Damage is done, my
yeah. They ain't like it ain't like Mr. Miyagi's in the back rolling up some sushi. Right? No chance.
All I'm gonna say to Pat is, all right, look, man. You know that Dwayne Wade keeps bringing up the money thing. Now you also traded for the guy that everybody wants to bury his legacy on.
Yeah. Again, you know how. Look, Pat Riley's sitting in his office right now, and he say James Harden refuses to go to camp. He don't care that he's in a strip club with Lil Baby. He don't care that he's.
That's not heat culture, though, dude.
Hold on. Pat Riley is looking at that situation and say,
disgruntled star.
Disgruntled superstar.
Normally the alarms go off in the Heat office when
right.
a star disgruntled.
Red light. We got a red light. So you have to understand, there's a lot of arrogance that goes on with an organization like the Heat. Let me tell you why. No, and it's
I don't disagree with you.
It's justified. You want me to tell you why? Because the Heat are kind of like the Patriots. We can fix him. We can get him in shape.
I don't want to.
We can teach
him
him heat culture.
I don't
Is
want
it
to
right?
give this guy heat culture.
Is it right though?
Yeah, but
am I right?
Yes, but I don't want to give this guy the blueprint. I don't want to do that.
What are you giving him the blueprint for? You want to win? Here. Now, here's what the only thing you have to determine is this when it comes to a player like James Harden. Does he want to win a championship? And is he willing to do whatever it takes to win a championship? If he just wants to score, you don't want him. But if he wants to win, and he wants to win a championship, then you know that when he comes here, he's going to do the things that are needed to do to win a championship.
There's got to be certain lines, though, Leroy.
You know what the other thing is? Here, every day Harden's at the strip club, the price goes down. Because now you're like, we got to sit him out for 2 weeks because of COVID.
Yeah.
We got to go through protocol. He's not going to even get in our system. Then you know he's not in heat shape.
So you think that Riley's going to be like, yeah, I'll give you Mo Harkless, Gabe Vincent, and a first.
I'm telling you, it's possible.
Gonna give this guy the fast pass to past Dwyane Wade's legacy. It'd make me nuts.
I can't wait to the next interview you guys do with Dwyane Wade, where he's just reminiscing. Oh, the Heat are a great organization, except not paying me and trading for James Harden.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, I did not open the door for that. He just jumped on in.
Yeah, well, now he's going to have two things.
What's that? Oh,
now,
no way.
Oh, get out of here.
No way.
Get out. That's the OG disrespect to Dwyane Wade. When Kevin Durant knocked Dwyane Wade out of his personal top 10. And Dwyane Wade said, make them respect your name again. That was the OG slight at Dwyane Wade. I remember that.
I mean, who cares what Kevin Durant thinks?
Dwyane Wade did.
Next thing you know, you're gonna care what Kyrie says,
dude. As Pope Petty, we carry a journal. We remember all things said.
Somebody said, hypothetically speaking, if Harden were to find himself in Dade County, between him and Jimmy, they would have 23,000 free throws a game.
Oh man,
that game would be so long.
It would be the longest Heat games known to man. But Jimmy Butler did speak to the media yesterday. Here's a little bit of Jimmy. He loves seeing, as many of us did, seeing Bam buy a house for his mom, and says that is his motivation. So he loves seeing that from Bam.
Big, because that's his why. I think their bond is the best, and I think that the way that he plays, the passion, all of that, it comes from somewhere, and it comes from her. I love that. He deserves that. She deserves that. And like I've said all along, that guy is what makes us go. He's the engine behind what we're trying to make happen. And I'm grateful to be on his side, to tell you the truth. And I know he's going to continually get better. So much more of that to come for both of them.
Yeah, it was an awesome sight to see. So he's got that promise fulfilled. Bam talked a lot about that yesterday. And Jimmy loves seeing it, as he says, the engine. And now he is solidified with a nice contract extension. Jimmy Butler was also asked what his big hope is for the Heat this season and what they can take from all the experience from last year. And he says that he hopes that this team realizes they're one of the best in the NBA.
That every day, every practice, every game that goes by, I'm hoping that we all learn that we belong. That we're one of the best teams in this league. And we can do what we know we can do, which is win a championship. We said the whole thing last year. We didn't do it. But I think we better hold up, what we're talking about. I know that we're capable of it. I know that we believe we can do it. So I'm just hoping that we learn that we can hang with the best of them all year long.
So it was good to see. I like the fact that Jimmy Butler, he's knowing that the Heat are all belonging, but I like that all the young guys feel very disrespected by all the Fluke talk, Leroy.
That's kind of because it's more of a knock on them, right? When you think of young guys and the production that they had and how rare it is for that many young guys on a Heat team to have that much success, then they all look at, okay, what's the anomaly here on this Heat team? The anomaly is the young guys. You know what Jimmy Butler is. You know what Goran is. You know what Andre Iguodala is. You knew who Crowder was. You knew who all these guys were. But when you look at Tyler scoring 37, when you look at Bam dominating in the playoffs, when you look at Duncan Robinson making threes, those are the guys that you're unfamiliar with. So those are the guys you're going to have the most questions about and whether they can continue to do it.
Yeah, but the thing that I find annoying about it is with the Heat, everybody saw what they did for such a stretched out process last year. They went so far and so deep in the season. We got to see plenty of meaningful games with these young guys.
Right.
And meanwhile, everybody seems to think that Devin Booker and the Suns are going to take a leap because Devin Booker had 8 good games in the bubble. So like, why is the benefit of the doubt put on other guys? Given to other guys? The more so than Miami, who did it on bigger stages.
Okay, well let's look at the bigger picture. If I'm in New York and I say Devin Booker, okay, that name is more familiar than if I say Tyler Hero. And it's their fault. It's not, that they don't know these young players down here, that they don't know what they've done the whole year. So that's just kind of how it goes. If I say, okay, who's having a better year, Tom Brady or Josh Allen? I don't know. I'm just picking random names.
Right.
But if it's Josh Allen, you're going to say, no, it's Tom Brady, right? Because it's Tom Brady. That's just kind of how that thing goes in sports.
Yeah, but I think it would be one of those things where, like, with Tom's got such a resume. Like, I think it would be like,
but when I say who's having the better year, that is this moment right now. It's not a career.
I got you.
And so that's how people get on or not acknowledging what young talent is, because they haven't seen it as long. So you just automatically go to the guys that you've seen do it over a period of time.
I think the thing that's going to be interesting about it is with all these guys having that chip on the shoulder, it was such a motivating factor for them last year, because it does feel like everybody just kind of ignored it. Like everybody,
yep.
It's weird to me that the Lakers get to live in this land of winning the toughest championship ever, but the Heat, everything they did was a fluke. And I know maybe that's because people looked upon it and said, well, the Lakers were going to get there anyway, but they were under the same circumstances. Like
yep.
The Lakers still got to play under the same parameters that the Heat did.
Well, I look at it this way, and this is to your point and to the point of the Lakers also. When the season started, the Heat were going to be a 4th or 5th seed. They were going to, eventually lose out to either Boston or whoever, or Milwaukee. That's how this was going to play out. The Lakers were going to lose out to the Clippers because the Clippers were the favorite. Now, the Lakers never got to play the Clippers, and the Heat ran through both of those teams. So you would think that when the Lakers didn't have to play the Clippers, they just said, oh, they're going to the finals, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas when the Heat were running through these other two teams, everybody made the assumption that the other two teams were better, so they came up with excuses for the team, and none of that was centered around, wow, this Heat team is really good. And so when you start there, that's just kind of how it just starts carrying, it gets traction, and the Heat never really got the credit for being the better team in those two series.
Yeah, and I think going into this year, I think people were so shocked by seeing how easily they took out the Bucks, and I think that Giannis, in a lot of ways, Giannis got beat bad, but I think a lot of the ways people are still looking upon it like almost 07 LeBron, even though Giannis's team isn't even that bad, but people are looking upon it as it's their fault, not his fault.
Well, that's what the star gets, right? I mean, how many times did Kobe get that? They never said Kobe can't take this team to the finals. It's like Kobe needs more help.
But Kobe had rings. Like, I get
He did, but still, every time he lost, they would say he didn't have enough support. Sometimes you get to that level. I tell you what, it's amazing. Say what you want. LeBron has never gotten that. Because for every time that somebody says he took a bunch of stiffs to the finals, they'll also say, you know what? Look at how many times he lost in the finals.
In the argument against Michael Jordan, there's been plenty of people, though, that have said, oh, well, what do you expect LeBron to do against the Warriors? He just doesn't have anybody there. Like, if you're talking about the ultimate argument of the greatest of all time, yeah, people are always going to hold the record up against him. But
right.
In the other accolades, like most people give him credit for just making the finals with anybody.
If you think about it, there's only been a couple of guys that have gotten stiffs to the finals. I mean, didn't Dwight Howard go 1 year? Didn't Shaq go 1 year?
Yeah, Dwight Howard.
In Orlando.
I wouldn't call that Magic team a bunch of stiffs. I mean, they had Penny.
With who you talking about? With Dwight Howard or with Shaq?
No, with Shaq.
It's Shaq. Okay.
You had choking Nick Anderson. I mean, never the same.
Man, I mean, is there like besides if you go Norwood, Scott Norwood?
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
I can't.
Just worst chokes.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I know what you want to say.
What?
11 LeBron.
It's up there.